Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. It's kind of dark, so I just want to let you know that, and I'm smoking a little bit to open my frontal lobe. Lip gloss is smack. That's been my style of reading up until like forever. I find that weed opens up the third eye and I can communicate best with spirit and to communicate a message for you from spirit without using cards or anything. And I'd like to just let you know that I typically like to do these readings during the day, but today it didn't permit it, so I guess it's just in the stars that you're going to receive a later, like a sunset already reading. So it's going to probably be a little bit deeper than the sun up videos. So, yeah, when the sun's out. So, and I also do smoke cigarettes, and I'm just, catching a vibe with y'all. I'm drinking a little water. Okay, so message from spirit, and then we'll jump into your reading. They're saying illumination of consciousness. You're illuminated. I think that you're going through an awakening but maybe you're not sharing it with others. Illuminating. That your consciousness is being illuminated. And they're telling me that's it. Okay, so it's funny because I have this cup of water. Spirit would not let me read without giving them water and at least a candle, and I'm like fixated on it. And me being a Pisces, I could really like just look at the water and see the message, and it'll just, pop for me. So, but I'm Piscean, and like, I think it's kind of weird how other people might perceive it, like that girl. That's where I think you're coming from. So I'm just like sharing that with you, because we're friends and we're cool and we're chill. And I know Aqua is like a friend. I want y'all to be my friend because y'all cool or whatever. Y'all know everything. So like, but in all seriousness, it's like, I'm sharing that with you because Spirit is telling me that your consciousness is being awakened, and that since you are the ruler, in case you didn't know it, you rule friendships, but you also rule awakening. I feel like because your planet is Uranus, and it's doing some crazy stuff in the astrology. I'm not an astrologer, but I know, fixing. So I just fixed my table. So I was like, I feel like, with the fixing, it's like something that needs to get fixed, and you are getting yourself fixed into this awakening, but also like having a social life and keeping your friendships. And that's where you're at right now, where you're like, I don't know if this person is gonna dig like talking about crystals or like talking about tarot readings or something like that. And I feel like you being going through your awakening process and having friends that you probably can't talk to with about your awakening. You're feeling like some friends aren't gonna relate to me, and you're sort of being quiet about it. What I have to say to that is like, well, let's see what the cards say. But just what I have to say to that is like, it's okay that everyone's not going through what you're going through spiritually, and that's okay. But when you're compromising, right, your spiritual ascension, because of a friendship, I don't think we should be doing that, Aqua. Like, you are more important, and I know that maybe you put your friends first, but to say the least, Spirit is wanting you to perhaps like communicate more with, or find friends that are also going through the same thing. So maybe you could have that sense of relatability. And I'm not saying dog your friends, because a lot of people know you know a lot of people. Just like gravitate toward those that you can have that conversation with. And if you don't have people like that, then, you know, work on having people like that in your dynamic, right? So let's get a card for you and a card for your person that you're currently dealing with. We'll get into this. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is great. Okay, so here we have the owl, and this is you. The upward triangle for with the line going through it is an alchemical symbol for air. So you're in your element, right? And you are the owl, and it's so appropriate because it's like the owl is so wise and so vigilant, and you know how that saying goes, wise as an owl. And I do feel like you're not only are you wise, but you're also gaining a lot of, and if you can see, for some reason I'm being drawn to the colors that look like they're raining on the owl, and what I'm getting is downloads. So you're being downloaded this new frame of thinking, way of being, enlightenment when it comes to religion, maybe really delving into the esoteric and really like, you know, getting another form of knowledge. Maybe what used to be like a pastime is now more serious. Maybe you are more serious about ascending and finding out how your frequency is, you know, enabling or disabling the fate of, you know, the time of Aquarius that's coming. And it's like, I feel like you inwardly know that you're responsible energetically for your own actions, that you're being enlightened, and that every day more and more downloads come from, you know, source. And here with the hyena, this is your person or a group of people. It's an upward triangle, regular triangle. This is the alchemical symbol for fire. And the hyena loves to laugh, first of all. Have you ever heard like those hyenas in Lion King? Like, right? They're like, their laugh is contagious. So maybe this group of people, I'm definitely not getting romance here. I'm getting like friends. So like a group of people that you laugh uncontrollably with, like, right? But the dark side to the hyena is, and they're very sarcastic. So it can be like sarcastic humor, and it really does tickle your fancy because, you know, Aqua is like, they can be very wordy and just want to have a good time, right? So like, but we have to be careful because with the hyena's dark side, because you see there's a light and a dark side. Everyone has it. It's all about integration. I feel that it can probably get to a point where they're resentful of like what you might have, because it resents being a hyena, having to like sort of scavenge for food. So I'm not saying all your friends are like this, but there might be a couple in the dynamic where they kind of sort of resent you for having the light and also being able to balance your light and darkness, and, you know, still know that you're in a spiritual place, and maybe they sense that energetically, and they are, or maybe that's your fear, right? That they're gonna act like they're gonna resent you for it, you know. And there might be people that do, but it's all about you at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and get you some fairies, and then we'll just wrap it up for you guys. This is so cool. Like, I love connecting with you guys. So here with the collection of pixies. This is like the Three of Cups, but there's 4 people, so it's like the Three of Cups on steroids, if you're familiar with tarot, which is like a party. Like, and I feel like this is very important to you, and this is definitely the energy that you're in. And just think, like, if you communicate all of your knowledge that you have without fear of judgment, you can be doing your part, like, to illuminate everyone. Here with the Death card, I feel 2 things. Like, yeah, you're going through a spiritual awakening to a degree, which, you know, there's levels to them. They do turn into dark night of the soul. The ego breaks down. This is something that, if you are serious about the new world and what happens in the future, it's like you're gonna go through that. And as you go through that, and you don't want to block yourself from stepping into your journey, because you want for the ego to break down so you'll be close to the God. Certain relationships are not going to last, but you have to, again, step into the power of the owl, still having your friendships and illuminating them, because that's what potentially can happen, Aquarius. But you have to be real with yourself and make yourself a priority, make your ascension a priority, so then you can incorporate it with your friends. And and if they don't, and they do judge you, that's okay. A lot of people, are not going to stick by you, and that's okay, because you're going to have shadow work to do also in the future here with the Dark Lady. And it's about being that badass, because she's like Lilith and Pisces to me. So it's like owning, right? The fact that you are an owl, the fact that you are integrating your shadow and your light, and you're illuminated here with this thing that she has in her hair. I feel like it's like a crown of like wisdom, but also illumination again. The Maiden. I just got this card for Libra, and we were talking about, and I'm getting the same thing, like your inner child too is like, it's wanting to joke with your friends and be with your friends and be that youthful energy, but at the same time we're taught things as kids that we have to unlearn now when we embrace our spiritual ascension, and it's stuff that limits us. So we never want to